Hello, good evening, everyone. So, if you're just joining us, kindly tell us your name or where you're joining from. And also, I'll start doing this thing now. You can send the link to your WhatsApp status, your friend that's not your WhatsApp, basically, not your status, I beg. Don't send to your status, just send to people that you know that will need it, not anybody. I'm not looking for crowd. If I have two people here, I'm good. If I have one person here, I'm good. If I have there's no day that I've had only zero persons. So send it to people that need it, and then your name and where you're joining us from, and then we can start. Instead of playing this repeated tone, let's just talk through it and then make it make sense. So it's been a while. This week has been really crazy. It is not funny. That's just the thing. It's not funny. It's not funny. Like if you're just joining trading, you started trading this week live, and this is first week, huh, you go remain small thing, you give up. Oh, like it is really, really crazy. So your name, where you're joining us from, and then we start. This is just 3 minutes into a wait for more 2 minutes, and then we dive right into it. We dive right into it. We started the week with analyzing trades that we will be taking for the week. And I'll be using the Telegram channel for this channel this channel, the Telegram group for this channel as a case study. So on Monday this week, that is 15 of September, I guess. Yeah. We dropped some trades on gold, on GBP, JPY, and then GBP USD. And then the one that we called on USD JPY. But we did not drop it. We just called it, but we didn't drop it. So that is a a mess up. Not really a mess up for me though, because I clearly said that if it if it's not a setup, because I know why I said that, because the hard, it will begin hard. Most of you guys just take trades that I did not drop as setup. So for me to be on the safer side and um to avoid being dragged, the card in Igbo, it means I don't have strength. So the only thing you should do is just take the trade and then allow it. So for gold, what we said last week, was for this on Monday. Our trade idea for gold was this. This guy from this point, and then our take profit is somewhere around here. It's not even that deep. Our take profit is somewhere here. And it is like this. So at the end of the day, price did not even come to our entry again, and it smashed our TP, and that's it. So no more entries. But people that are in on the entry group got more entries because they are shared inside the house. But the week also came with a lot of news, FOMC to be precise. So once that happened, and then we didn't tag in, and I think it was on Tuesday or Wednesday, I saw a setup somewhere here from this breaker. I took the buy from this breaker. That is inside the entry group though. From this breaker, I took it, and it was around evening on Tuesday or Wednesday or so. So I took it, and then it got to this point. I told them to close because I don't want news. FOMC is around 7:30, so I don't want news. So that's how that one played out. And the news went back up and created a new all-time high. And I told them to sell, but the sell was still on the spur of the moment. So the sell was taken out and it still sold. And I wanted to tell them to buy, but I'm like, no, I don't want to do that shit. Because if you remember that day, that FOMC, it's bought, the open, sold, bought again, and then sold. How do I get it now? So 15 minutes time frame, I think you can see that clearly. Yes, good, good. 15 minutes time frame now, you're seeing that. Yes. So I was here that day and we got here and I'm like, you guys should close and all. So the news started and then went up, went down, came up again, and started going down. So when you got here, for you to buy again, it will buy a little bit and then market close that day. And then the next day, it sold off. So some people cut sells and some cut buys and some bleed their accounts and some. It was a hell of like it was crazy. That was it. That's the reason why I said avoid news release. Avoid news release. Whether you are trading a live account, whether you're trading a prop account, but it is more safer if you're trading a live account than a prop account because you're not only losing money, the emotional trauma that the volatility is coming with, your risk, you're trying to make sure you're risking the right percentages. And then if at the end of the day you lose, you're losing your money plus 40% of that money. So if your risk is 1% and you are taking the sell or the buy or whatever position you're in, you are whether or not you make profit, the prop is taking out 40%. Some prop are taking out more than 60%. And they'll call it like you should wait 5 minutes before and 5 minutes after. And you know that news comes with sub news, like FOMC has the main release and then has others around it. So you can't just say that it's just only one news. So how many 5 minutes will you wait for? So that is really, really crazy. So having said that, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. The only place you can, because you can control, is your personal account. Because you cannot control it per se, but at least you can enter your positions and then know when to go out. And if you make any profit, is your own. Nobody will share it with you. If you make any loss, is your loss. Nobody will share it with you. So it's a two-way street. You can't be faster than the algorithm. You can't be faster than new release trying to sell and buy and at the same time and leave. I took the sell somewhere here and I was seeing the sell. I was seeing floating profit. I couldn't close. It went back and took me out. So the emotional trauma surrounding it is crazy that at the end of the day, you just better still stay out of it. So that's how the gold and the setup we dropped played out. And so it was a missed trade. It was a missed trade. This was trade I took today, but I'm not going to start analyzing any trade for you. So for the second one, that was GBP JPY, right? Yeah, that's it. So on Monday we took this trade when the guy was somewhere here. So somewhere here. And I'm like, okay, this guy is going to come back at least tap here before taking us up. And I clearly said I clearly said, I can remember that I clearly said that once this guy takes off this high, kindly delete your limit. I clearly said it. Once this TP has been taken, kindly delete your limit. The reason why you will not hear it is because probably you did not enter the live. You just entered the channel and took the trade and ran along. So I clearly said it. Once it hit TP here, kindly close. Why did I say that? Because if you look above, there is no other place for you to say that market is going to take liquidity from to keep buying. Because like I said before, price goes from clearing sell orders and then clearing buy orders to clear out the buy side liquidity to clear out the sell side liquidity. That's how price moves. It doesn't just move just like that. No, it doesn't. So that's how we missed this. Obviously, from Monday, we're going to be seeing some push down to this point because you can see this trend line has been broken and it retested and boom. So from Monday, we are obviously going to see sales to this point. So that's not for that. So that's how we missed this one too. So it is a missed trade. It's a missed trade. So do I leave it or do I take it out? Okay, let's just, I'm taking it out. So that is for this. And the next one was GBP USD. I can remember GBP USD. So GBP USD was crazy. We had the first entry, which was missed, and that same Monday, that was last 2 weeks missed, and this week again clearly missed. And I was obviously waiting for a sell on the higher time frame of 4 hours. But when the sell happened, I couldn't see my re-entry. This is the reason why I started doing what is it called? Key levels. So key levels don't give you entries, re-entries like the normal SMC does, like clear liquidity, do some. We use one candles for that. So once price got into that point, this is the first key level from the top, and then this is one that because you're trying to sell, right? This is the, I'm not going to tell you anything about the names or all. So yeah, and boom, once price entered it, he didn't even give anything, he just dumped. He didn't even give nothing. He just like he dumped like immediately. He didn't give anything. So you don't have to start. I said, let me look for entry. Entry now they look for, I don't see nothing till price don't dump finish. And if you watch 3 hours is done already from that point that I wanted it from. So nothing. So basically, this one also is a missed trade because I couldn't find a re-entry for this guy. But then there's a re-entry there, Seth, but it's not clear. It wasn't clear. My entry was, let me come back and get FVGs created from these places. But the nigga no come back. So what do? You allow it. So that's it. Nothing extraordinary. And then finally, we talked about this guy on GBP, on USD JPY. And I clearly said it that day. If it is an if, I said, if this guy come back here, you can go in. But when during that 8 a.m. in the morning, price was somewhere around here. Let me check the timestamp. Yes. This is 6 a.m. 7. Yes, this is 8. This is 8. This is New York time. So this is 8. So 8 a.m. in the morning, price was somewhere here. And I said, no, don't sell from this point. Don't sell from here. Unless price comes back to entry again, so you can sell. And price did what? Price came back to entry. And from that entry, no drawdown, he sold immediately. So that's the reason why, that's one thing I like about key levels. Key level don't have all those drawdowns. It doesn't have drawdown. It just taps and move. taps and move. That's why if you see people like Zilla, people like who again trade key level. Only Zilla now I know, sha. People they will trade them, people they will trade them. That's the reason why once any of his entries triggers, he can break even and go. Like, look at this one. It taps and then dumps. There's no revisit. There's no nothing. And you don't break even like a mad person. You don't break even like person who no get sense. So once you've seen that, okay, this thing have triggered and you have gotten to this point, and then clear this low, and then clear this low, even if it's with the key level of this low, and hey, you can now break even, and then you're good. And your break even is not like breaking even, you break even inside the other one. Because if you watch now, this guy came here and then revisited back. And that's why another key level here, same thing. And it tapped and boom. I didn't say once it got to this point, I can now break even. No, it has to break this one. And for you to break this one before you take break even, it don't already pass. But some people don't really care. Once it taps, they go down to 15 minutes time frame and then start looking for substructures. Start looking for substructures, and then they can now break even. Like this is the one I use for example now. From this one now, you can break even from this point. This one, you can break even from this point. And then this one, you see, if you broke even from this point now, this one will take you out, obviously. So that's the point. Break even is not something that I do. But if it works for you, which means you're not ready to lose your money yet, so that's it. So once it starts doing like this, obviously it's going to fail. So that is what I called for USDJPY. So the real thing I want to talk about today is something that Jake talked about on Twitter. I saw it yesterday. Was it yesterday? I saw it yesterday, yeah. And a lot of people have been asking me about it. And that thing is this props. Props. Prop is a good thing. Is a good thing. I keep talking about props, but I keep saying it. I keep talking about it every time because it is the only way. It is the only way for you to scale faster in trading. When I say it's the only way, it's the only way. If you have $500 as your home and abroad, and you enter the forex trading industry, the chances of you making $1,000 from that $500 is high. You make it from 500 to double it to 1,000. Yes, it's high. That is if you're being conservative. It's high. You figured out your issues. You figured out everything you're doing. It is high. Why do I say that? You have $500, right? 10 trades. You are risking 50 to make 150. So 50-50, you can see come up on top. And then it will take you 10 trades. If you like this week alone, how many trades usually take in my channel, in our entry group? It's not up to 5. Highest 5. Let me even stop blabbing. Let me check. On Monday, I dropped the setup, which is the one I already dropped here. I dropped gold buy, which is clearly missed. On same Monday, where I dropped GBP JPY, which is SL, that is 2 trades. On Tuesday, I daily dropped BTC, which dumped 3R and then reversed. That is 3. He dropped GBP JPY 4, and that's it from our daily for the week. And I dropped the next one. That was during the news. I will not count this one because this is not a normal trade. This is just scalp trades. And then Tuesday, nothing. Wednesday, Adele dropped BTC again. Are you seeing that? I've dropped 4. Adele drops 3. And then today I dropped gold. I think that's it. So at the end of the day, I dropped 4 or 5. Adele dropped 3. So you personally, you cannot take 10 trades in a week. That is if all things being equal, if you're following your trades, if you're following everything to the T, if you're following everything, you don't just jump into opening position and everything. You're not in any Telegram group. You're not in every Telegram group you saw that is about trading. Anybody you see that is giving free signals, you're there. No, you're taking these trades from your own account. Everything you do, it's on your own head. So you cannot take 10 trades in a week. You can't. A week, I didn't say a day. A week, you can't. So which means it is 2 weeks for you to take those 10 trades or more. And then in 1 month, you should be taking 20 or 25 trades at most. So now do the math. With 50-50 win rates, you lost 5. That's how much? 250. Yeah. Gone. And then you won 5. That's how much? Decent. Like I'm not being unrealistic when I'm telling you 1:10R, 1:20, 1:50. No, 1:3 minimum. 1:3 minimum. So you won 5, and nothing like break even. No, you won 5. That is what? 750. So removing your what? Removing your 250 that you lost, you have 500. So you're back to what? You're back to 1K. You've doubled your account in 1 month. In 1 month. Using 50-50 win rate. Meaning if you take 10 trades, you lose 5 and get 5. 50-50 win rate. That is it. This week, I think we are up more than, with today's trade, 5R plus 3, that is 8. That's 8R. 8. But there's no decent TP that is, it's just, my TP is just 1:3, 1:3. So I'm not that. 3. 8R, which is 8%. 8R is what? For a trader. For you that have $500, that's $50 times 8. That's $400. So how many trades did we lose? We lost the first GJ. Adele's own got to 3R and then reverse. So I don't call that a loss. For me, it's 3R trade. So if you want 5R, that's your business. The BTC was lost, decent. My gold was lost. The other one was lost, like 3 losses or so. Minus 150 from this 400. So you're back to what? Nobody is even replying on the chat. Okay, this thing cannot. It has 10 seconds delay before you can hear me. So like 400 minus 150 is 250. So 250 plus the 500. If you're in my channel, in our entry group, your $500 will be up 250. So you should be up $750 for the week. But if this 8%, it's on a 5K account. If this 8% is on a 5K account, 5K, 8% is what? $400. Are you seeing that it is bigger than the 250 that you made on your life account? But don't worry, don't not rush me yet. It is still your phase 1. So there's no money for you to withdraw. You're still working. And then the second week, I'm not promising you winners every day. I have a student that his account has been with, like, he's been trading this account since March, April, from drawdown $2,000, and he went up to 105, and now he's back to 104. I have a student again that took at least 3, 4, 5 months to pass his phase 1, took 1 week to pass phase 2, and is currently in drawdown for the live account. So it is not always going to be straightforward. Just don't get me wrong, it's not always going to be straightforward. I just posted someone on this night that took losses, like 4 losses, 4% drawdown, and the good trade that dropped today took him back to break even. That is prop. So now, once you've done that work and suffer from those whatever. And remember, that 5K account, you bought it with less than $50. So that is less than 1%. Zero. What is 1% of? You have $500. You have $500, right? So you bought it with $50. It's not 50, but just less 50. You have 450 left. You have 450 left to still be doing the same thing I told you about on your life account, and you have this one going on. So if you are making any money here now, one withdrawal from this place, decent withdrawal, 5%, is $400. Your whole capital of your life account, just one withdrawal has covered it. And when you make this withdrawal, you still have your account too. Your account did not go. Your account did not die. Your account is still there. So just slowly, you start building them. Slowly, you start building it. It's not something that you rush. So, and then the next question I keep getting is, I have funded accounts. I have two. This thing was recent today. Someone told me that I have two funded accounts. I want to buy an instant life account. Do you know the reason why I don't like people that tell me that? Because first off, I've said this thing countless times. Brokers are not your friend. They are not our friend. A broker is like a prop too. Because anybody where they help you trade, where they allow you to use their platform to trade, whether you're making money, when you're making money, they are getting more angry because you're making money. But they are more happy when you blow account. That's when you blow account, they give you compensation. If you use a life account, once you blow account, they'll give you -2, -3, they even dash you money. But the money they dash you, you can't even see it. So what I suggest is this: you have enough money to throw around. Don't buy a life instant funded. If you like, have two props. For the fact you are not max funded in Funded Nest, on Funding Pips, on FTMO, why are you buying life fund, instant life? Because you want to start withdrawing fast. It makes sense in paper. Mind you, everything I'm telling you is not something I heard. It's something I've done. Something why I don't do. So I'm not giving you based on what someone experienced. No, I'm giving you based on my own experience. Don't make the mistake I made. Don't make the mistake I made. Let me tell you, the kind of strict I am with my students, if my mentor was this strict with me or half the time I have for them, I will not be where I am right now. I swear down, I will not. So don't buy instant funded. If you have extra money, buy an account and log it in and keep it. If you have extra money, buy an account and keep it. I didn't say trade all your accounts. I have friends that are max funded all over. Dax has money, he's still trading props. Zilla has money, he's still trading prop. A lot of traders have money, but they're still trading prop. Dr. Bills that you know has money, he's still trading prop. So who the fuck are you? So the idea is this: make money and then keep spreading them. You don't have to say, I'm coming to this place, because the only reason you want to tell me you want to buy instant funded is because you want to make withdrawals immediately. People that made money from that business is Marvin Trading, Maven Prop. All my people I know, Adele, a lot of them, David, all of them bought instant life with Maven. But how many of them withdrew 2 times from it? Let's be realistic again. Let's do one simple math. I'm using the one that I know. I love Funded Nest. Shamelessly, yes, I do. Their instant life account is roughly $160 for 5K account. 160. This can buy you 3 of that same 5K account in challenge. And when you make profits from this guy, you take 60%, they take 40. On the normal two phase, you take 80, they take 20. But here they tell you it is withdrawable up to 80%. It's not up to anything, no. It means you will do the first one, second one, third one, fourth one before you can reach 60, 70, before you can reach 80. How many of you have withdrawn more than 3 times in your normal prop? Talk more of an account that has 3% daily drawdown, 3%, and then 6% mass drawdown. Instant life. And guess what? If you make 4% here, 4% here, you make here, it's $400, right? Let's do the math again. $400. That $400 now what you make for that place, or 5%, sorry, $400. $400 you made from this 5K, this particular 5K life instant funded, from fundedness, so not maybe, you take 60% of it. That is what? 240. 240. Remember, when you pass the one you bought normal 5K account, when you pass it and make withdrawal up to 10%, they give you back that $50 wey you take buy am. They give you back. So which means you're not risky, you're not losing any money again. But this one now, if you make if you make up to 5%, you withdraw 240. Remove the 160 where you buy the account. How much remain? Account you bought 160. So roughly you have $80. So $80 you don't make. So now, and remember, they will not refund you your capital back. They will refund your capital back. The interest, the daily drawdown is 3. This one is 4. Their mass drawdown is, I think, is 6. It is 6. I think it's 6. And the other one, this one is 10 and 8. No, mass self is even 10. So just leave it. I beg, leave it. That is if you go gree, because my own is just to talk. When I go see go do am. And then finally, it's not even final yet, sef. Anything that has to do with consistency, run away from it. Anything that has to do with consistency, run away from it. With everything you have in your life, run away from it. As a Nigerian person, you are not consistent. Our economy is not consistent. Our naira devaluation is not consistent. Our dollar to naira cost averaging is not consistent. Your living expenses in this country is not consistent. Everything you are doing, you're going out and coming back, you're not sure, you're just believing in God. Someone that went to work early this week did not come back. The person came back. The person came back in a bag. A work like a banker. One of my friends in the UBA. He didn't come back home. He has a decent job. He drives a nice car. He has a nice life. But anywhere you dey, Nigeria will just come there and fuck you up. So you can't tell me that I should, if I choose to make profit of, if my first profit I made, let's say this early this week, I took a loss, no problem. I took a loss, no problem. And I took a win. Like this trade today now that my friend did 10R in this particular gold. He did 10R, 10, clean 10%. 10. So you tell me that, okay, once I've made 10% now, meaning that for me to withdraw this money that I have in this with you people, I should make this 10% across board for the period of till I make my withdrawal. Or any profit I'm going to make should be 10%. That already has discredited the meaning of trading. That already has discredited that. Because I'm a trader. I'm not certain that I will make this amount every day. I'm not certain that I will not close this account in 9%. Imagine that your account is in, you want to make $10,000 or 1,000. Let's be realistic, $1,000, and you have a 5K account, and you just need $200 to complete it to 1,000, and you got to that 200 and you close the trade. You place withdrawal. They tell you, say no, 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 that you cannot withdraw. That you should at least make 10% today for you to withdraw that your money. Everything I'm telling you, I have people in my DM that have the same issues. I have someone that has 50K, 50K, one step. I be live, I be instant funded, but it is with good funded. And nonsense has consistency rule. So now he has to make $54,000 before he can withdraw. And even in that 54,000, there's how the profit should be before they can pay him. Like, who the fuck does that? That's the reason why you should first off suffer first, and then when you start reaping your money, it will be peaceful. Not be this kind of profit. It not go work. It's not realistic. I told you guys today. No, I didn't tell anybody. My friend, I told somebody today in my DM that he has 2 accounts and they're going well, and he want to buy. I'm like, don't buy any other one. Just stay there. Don't try to rush this process. Don't rush it, please. If you have one account and you still have money, buy account and keep. But don't just keep buying plenty accounts and start and keeping all of them at the same time. Don't pressure yourself. Make a mental picture. Mental. I didn't say go and kill yourself about it. Make a mental picture in your head that I have a 5K account now. I have a 5K account. 5K account. That's what I have right now. And I take my time, pass it, or rather, let's be realistic. I have 2 5K accounts. That's $100, and I'm risking 1% in one. Nothing. I'm not going hard or go home. I'm risking 1% across board. And then losing streak came. I lost one. But I lost the one on second phase, and I went live on this one. I made 5%. That's 400. I withdrew. And I did what? I bought. It can afford a 50K account, but of course, I got chop now. Not be me trade them. Always withdraw your profits. Make sure you eat some. Buy something nice for yourself. See your money in your hand. Don't always keep giving everything back to the market. No, don't do that. So you have $400 now. You can buy 25K account. This is less than 120 or 130 or 140 or 150. Highest 150. But it's not up to $200. No, I'm not sure. So you buy this. This is still life. This is now in challenge. You pass this. You are passing this. You're still collecting 1% from here, 2% from here. Once you're because after funded, I talk about people that I use fundedness. Once you make your withdrawal, your account is being reset, and they will tell you the next payout day. So you already know your payout day before you even start trading the account. So now, if you hit 1 TP, because you're risking what? You're risking 1%. If you hit 1 TP, your account is up 3%. You leave and for it. You know, trading, you just leave and for there. Focus on this guy. Keep trading. Withdrawal reach, you collect 3% of 5,000. It's small money, but it can sustain you, unless you're married, of course. So 3% of 5,000, I think, is $150. That is decent, very, very decent. when you are doing that, this is bi-weekly now. So two withdrawals, 1 month don't reach. If you're having a good month, you've passed this one. Now you have 25K account. Make 5% on that 25K. I didn't say 10%. Be realistic. I keep saying realistic. Be realistic. Everybody keeps saying once I buy 100K account, make them. It's not easy. Make 5% on it, and that is decent $1,250. Now remember that you still have your listing. Remember that you still have your 5K account, which gave you $150, 150 or 33 plus 33% every time. $150, $150. That one is still there. This one now is 1,250. Now you can go for 100K. 100K is less than $600. $600 tops. That's if you add your add-ons and everything, $600. So now you have 5K, 25K, and now 100K. You can now start going aggressive on this one. Maybe start risking 2%. That's your business, because now the money is now getting smaller to you because you're now becoming an idolo now. So now, if at the end of the day you lose this one, you've made times 5 of what you bought it for. And remember, they've given you your money you bought it for back. So you didn't even lose any money inside it. Only money you lost is you bought the 25K and lost one. And once your account is losing and you're making withdrawal, buy another one immediately. And finally, you land yourself for 100K. 100K now, you pass them. You make 5%. That's $5,000. You don't begin big equity like that, though. You don't begin big equity like that. But be realistic. It's not always like this, oh. It's not always like this. And the reason why it gets crazy is because some people just wake up, pay for mentorship, finish their mentorship, and their first account they are buying is 50K. Their first account they are buying is 100K. Their first account is buying is 200K. Once you buy that big account, you think that you've passed, but that's where your problem will start. So don't go like that. Start small and then grow. Once you've made $5,000, now you can over risk on 5K, you can over risk on 25K, and if it works for you, sorry, and then for 25 or 1.5, so now the next mass funded. So, okay. Like I said, if you have any question, you can ask now. I think we are done. I think we are done. If you have any question, I think this is the right time for you to ask. Any question? Any question? I think you can ask now. Can you hear me now, Timmy? I believe you can hear me now. I believe you can hear me now. I believe you can hear me now. All right. So, without any question, so I think we can call it a night. I think we can call it a night. So, like I said, from next week, Monday, I'll start. Adito, do you have any question? Ade, do you have any question? All right. So from next week, we'll start doing something that I don't do normally, and that is adding the news events to literally what I do. Like, if I say I want to, after analysis, we'll check the news events around the pair that we trade. We check the news events around the pair that we trade because some people just want to enter, take signals, and go to bed, and go to work, and go to anywhere. And then, if they are not in a community where you give them updates every time, they will miss out on those important news events. So those news events are the things that will disrupt your setup, like the trade that I told you guys that I took. So imagine that I don't like sharing my private chats. I'm not going to share it. Sorry. This is a YouTube. No. So imagine that you drop setups and nobody, people that took it don't know anything about news. They're just there, and then you do it. So if you do it like that and they got taken out, they will not know. They will just say that the trade hit a sell, but it didn't hit a sell, or they didn't join the class or the session and just go there, take the setup and go their way. Nothing concern them. That is the issues. So after those our normal analysis and all, the next thing now is I'll talk about the news events for the week, the whole week, so that whenever you're trading, you have it in mind that today is FOMC, today is CPI, this week is this, this week is that, and they have apps to tell you about this. This is what I like about trading forex. Everything there is there for you. Everything is there for you. Had it been that nobody knows when CPI will happen, nobody knows when FOMC will happen, trading will be very, very scary. Have you thought about that? So always make sure of using analysis that are fundamentally based to make sure that your technical analysis will not be flawed. But if you do analysis well, you know that technicals and fundamentals work hand in hand. But news can affect the moves, but at the end of the day, it follows technicals. So if news happen finish, go back to your chart, check on the higher time frames, and see that even say news happen like this, something happened. If a range happens in a very long time and then news comes, news will do what? News will clear out the buyers, clear out the sellers, and correct the market. And then if the market is going well, news will come and create imbalances that will be filled later.
That's why gold bought, sold, and now is buying to cover the thing that long candle that has been created during the news. So it is all from technicals that the fundamentals, they are all married together. So now after our analysis, we join everything together. So it will make sense. The person that I love that does this in very, very well is Tony Sniper. He's the only person that I know that trades fundamental in Nigeria. Talking about fundamental trading, it is Tony Sniper. Nobody again. Most of us are doing technicals alone, but we know fundamentals, but it doesn't affect our decisions. Like, I cannot say that now Donald Trump is going to cut rates, so I'm going to be selling gold. No, I'm selling gold because of my technicals. But what Donald Trump will do will align, because chart is chart. Chart is chart. So unless is war, the war that nobody can just go and create war. That is the reason why when go started buying from last stage, because of war. Because people are not removing their money from currencies and putting it in a safe haven. Safe haven assets are assets that even if rapture happened today, the value of that asset is the value of that asset. So if Naira is falling like a bastard that it is, there's nobody that saves the Naira. If you save 10 million last 3 years or last 5 years, your 10 million now is obviously worth 5 million or 4 million in dollars. So why? So if you save dollar as a US citizen that uses card, you are losing money. So instead of you to go and buy dollar, or to go and open a Kuda account, or open Cowrywise, or open Penny, Piggyvest, all those nonsense savings app, and go and put 10 million inside and say I'm saving money for my marriage. When your marriage go come, DJ will collect 10 million. The only DJ. So just save in safe haven assets that you know that even if Tinubu is anything that he's doing, once you sell them, you make money. So I'm already talking too much already. This is 1 hour. Have a good day. Have a good night. Enjoy your weekend. If you're going out, withdraw your profit and eat it in your mouth. Don't just save. Withdraw it. Use it in your house, in your life, and make sure your trading is reflecting in your life. You should be disciplined about your normal life, your normal jobs, your normal daily activities. You should be disciplined about it. The way your history is, your life should be like that. Have a good night, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.